And we are live! Hello everyone, it is Tyrannt, and welcome to Satisfactory. Last time... last time as the music plays. Last time, we made our versatile frames for the space elevator. Today, we are going to finish our space elevator escapades by making some wire. Automated wiring, to be exact. And that we shouldn't need too much of. Still no idea how to fix that visual bugginess, but a coffee stain does. Anywho, before we do any of that, before we deconstruct any of this mess, let's go check on our doggo. Who's found us some plastic. Now, I think I need plastic for something. I just need to go double check on what. But we shall see. Alright, a megafauna does not need plastic. Technology does not need plastic. Caterium does not need plastic. Mycelia does not need plastic. Nutrients don't need plastic. This doesn't need plastic. Huh. Oh, here we are. Smokeless powder. I knew something needed plastic. Actually, the one thing we don't have is actual powder to make it. It looks like, do we have any more plastic stored anywhere? I don't think we do. But anyway, we will be assembling our factory to make our automated wire. But first, let me see about dropping off everything we're not using. Just so we can make room for it. Good, good. Those can go there. I don't have any encased industrial beams to deposit, or any steel pipe. Do got steel beams. No copper sheets. Plenty of copper wire. I do have cable to store. Plenty of quick wire. A lot of cement. I might as well put that silica in there for now. Actually, no, I'll take the silica. I'll take the silica. We don't need those frames. And then last but not least, are rotors. And we shall hold on to our rebar. And then we'll deposit our power shards. Because I don't need them just yet. I still can't believe we have over 300 of these things. And we're still going to be going out to get more. Oh boy. That just leaves all this. I'll store these there, and these there. That just leaves our rebar. Right, where can we put our rebar? I think you can go in there for now. Right, so inventory is now completely empty. Let's go and disassemble our factory. Also, my neighbor's dog is barking, so if you can hear them, I apologize. There's nothing I can do about that. I will not yell at a pooch. Because I loves aminals. Right, so we can disassemble all of these belts. Might end up disassembling all the walls, too. And then finding a way to at least square out the foundation. But that'll be a future problem. It's not going to be a today problem. Because today we have many other capers to solve. Everything's almost disassembled. Then we go on to phase 3 and cry our eyes out because of the absurdity of it all. Because at phase 3, well, let's just say that one area is not gonna cut it anymore. Which is why you unlock so many methods of transportation just to get around. And we will be using a lot of it. In fact, I'll probably be doing a lot of off-screen stuff, just to get... Oh. How'd you get out? You found me some reinforced... You found me some steel beam? Good doggo. Well, you need to go back in your enclosure. I can't be responsible with you being out and about. Seriously, Coffee Stain needs to give you a command to sit and stay. Or at least not get out of the door that you're in it. In the room you're in. Because I don't want to lose you to some hog or spitter or something worse. Let's disassemble all that. As well as this walkway. But yeah, I'm probably going to end up squaring out the entire... well, making it as square as possible. Which may mean building up another foundation. Which is going to take a lot more concrete. I need stuff. I should have a place making concrete, because I always have something going on in the background. So we should have more than enough of that. In fact, the thing I've been needing to look into is using our Mercer spheres for dimensional depots. That is probably going to have to wait until we get manufacturing. I think my neighbors are doing something upstairs. No idea what. I feel like I can do about what they're doing. Whoever it is that... whatever that is. I think they might be doing some... I think some work might be being done on their... in their apartment. But... can't be too sure. I don't ask because not my problem. It's really not my concern anyway. Wait, nobody asked what I do in here. Right, so... with that, we can look to see what we need for automated wiring. It's going to need to go that. So this goes here for now. So to make automated wiring, we need stators, and we need cable. To make stators... we would need wire, which is needed for cable, and we would need steel pipe. Unless we do the quick wire stator, which needs quick wire and steel pipe. It's not going to be a pretty thing either way, but if we overclock this to make, say, 4 per minute, yeah, no. We're doing the dip. We're not overclocking this. We're not overclocking anything. Cable should be easy enough. You just take copper from over there. And then make a factory for wire. Which will then turn all that wire into cable. And we only need about 50 per minute, which is easy, because we can just make something for 60 per minute, just feed that through here. And then we could probably just do the normal stator. Because for wire, because they need cable, we need 60 copper wire per minute. To make copper wire, we need, well, copper ingot, 15 per minute. Which we can overclock to 60 per minute, relatively easy, and take 30 ingot per minute. Now, one of these makes 120 per minute, makes 240 per minute. So what we could end up doing is doing one line for copper wire, then we can make them all do copper wire, then use 2 of them to make cable, and then use them both in unison to make our automated wiring. So the copper wire will make the stators, the cable will go and make the automated wiring. Yeah, let's do that. First and foremost, let's tear down this wall here. I'm thinking... Because I just had an idea spring up into my head. For the future, I could have 2 conveyors for the year, one for coal and the other for iron. I can smelt the iron into ingots, feed it and the coal into a foundry to make steel ingot. And we use the steel ingot for whatever we need. But again, future problem. It's probably gonna have to wait until I can do something about that. Like when I have Mark IV belts to transport a boatload of screws, which I could use to make rotors. Or even reinforced iron plate again. Alright, I'm not going to do anything about the ceiling, because not the point. Right, so first goes our assembler. Should go there. I'll have it set to make automated wiring. Actually, we could probably just do this. Because I think automated wiring stacks up to 100. And if I'm wrong, I certainly could get the room for stuff. We don't need this much coal. I also don't need any iron or any iron ingot. All that can go away. We don't need the steel ingot. Don't need that. Almost forgot these. Alright, I think that's everything. So, let's start. By getting the copper ore. Over there. That can go there. And I hope... Yes, it did. Good. So I can connect these together. Whoop. That. Here. Let's do this instead. Right, then we can attach that. Back to there. Which will then power the... drilled, so we can feed this more copper. Good. Which will then... feed over here. So we need constructors to make wire. 60 wire per minute, so we need 30 copper per minute. Smelters that are not overclocked will do that. But if we do overclock them, then we have 1 feed 2 constructors. We're making 240 per minute. So give me a moment to think about this. Right. So we need a splitter. Right here. That can go there. That goes there. Oh. This is facing the wrong way. It would probably help if this was facing this way. Not this way. Like that. This can feed this way. And they will both again feed this way. 60 each. Then we can also do this. Wait, no. facing the wrong way, I just realized. Oops. Oopsie doopsie doopsie on my part. Oopsies. Oopsie badoopsie. This goes there, 60 per minute, 60 per minute. That's right. That's right. That goes there, that there. Then something similar to how we made our reinforced iron plate. We're doing 60 wire per minute. Good, good. Okay, to make cables, we need 60 per minute to make 30 per minute. So these two combined will make 60 per minute, which will be making 120 per minute. Not bad if I say so myself. It should be more than enough. Because to make our automated wiring, we only need 50 per minute. We're making more than double that. Good, good. So why don't we run these through a merger? Then the assembler. Take that. Run that through there. And then the stators are gonna be going through this one. Let's do something like that. Run that over this way. Then see what we need to do about our stators. So for the stators, I'll put right here. For the stators, we are going to need more wire. We're going to need more wire, and we're going to need steel pipe. Oh, don't want to do that. And we need to be making 2.5 per minute. So actually, if we wanted to, we could run this through. We can run our... We could run our wire through a splitter, put down another assembler, have this run into here. Do that. Actually, I just realized this is off-center. So... let's redo this. Then do something like this. Could then run a belt from here to there. From here to there. Then the 5 permanent through here. Could then split off from here. I just realized it's a merger. They can split off from here. Like that. They can bring a lift down this way. Which can then go into there. Which then goes into this lift. Across this one, down here, into here. This is making our stators, which is 5 per minute. Splitting it in half makes it 2.5 per minute. These both need 2.5 per minute. And we're making 60 cable per minute for each of them. Which will make 5 automated wiring per minute. This is probably one of my more cleaner setups that I've made. Anyway, let's get to making those stators. So to make stators, we need 15 pipe per minute and 40 wire per minute. The wire we're going to do this for. This is making 60 per minute. If we move it over through constructors, through a constructor, we'll get 60 per minute. Then I need to think about something. Let me look at this again. Yeah, we only need 40 per minute. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. We do this. We'll make 60 per minute. Now I'll put them through a merger. And then put them through a splitter like this. $40 will go this way. Another $40 will go this way. Which we'll then put back through another merger. For 80 per minute. Which will go through an awesome sink. Which I need cable for. Door's that way. Door is a that way. Door is a that way. Grab all these cables. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, could I looks like I could, so I think I will do that. The 20 that is going this way will loop over this direction, over these constructors, over this way, into here, so what I'm probably going to do is move it over just a smidge. So it lines up with that. There we go. That. Loop over, well, belt over this way, into here, which will make our wire for our stators. The excess wire will go this way, into an awesome sink. That just leaves our pipes. Pipes we have two options for. We can either make 20 per minute from 30 per minute. We only need 15. Or we can make 25 per minute from 100 iron ingot. Let's see what we need for just 15 per minute, though. 60. 60 iron ore per minute. That is very doable. That works very well. Let's do that. So that'll belt in there. We actually have an iron ore conveyor right here. This can do. So this can do what the copper output is doing. A splitter like that, and that. So that goes in as 240, splits as 120, and splits again into parts of 60. This will go that way. Then for the other three, I'm not too sure what we'll do. Because we're making parts of 60. Because we're making 60 iron ore from each of them. Iron plate takes 30 per minute. Cast screws bumped up to 60. Takes 15. Overclock that to 120 per minute. Oh, not 125, 120 per minute. That takes 30. Let's see, that's a 60. 2 more 60s. So we can make one be making reinforced iron plate for no other reason but we can. To make reinforced iron plate, it only takes 60 per minute. You know what? I'm feeling lazy. Let's just do this. We need more copper wire. Because, of course we do. So it's going to be 60, 60, 60. Which is more than a Mark II can carry, but a Mark III can carry easy. Is there anything I can really do with that anyway? Not steel beam. The iron pipe needs 100 per minute. Iron wire only needs 15 per less than 15 per minute. There's really nothing pretty we can do with it. Other than make casters and bulk and just send it down a friggin' Mark III conveyor belt. So... we know how. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, I'm feeling lazy. Let's just... So 60, 60, 120, and then we'll just be super lazy and run that through its own. Awesome save. Unless... I'm gonna go get some more power shards because I got an idea forming in my head. I has idea. Sometimes my ideas just won't go away. Ouch. So if we do that... 60 per minute and 60 per minute. We can get 90 per minute. Problem is, I don't think I'm making enough coal to do that. I mean, maybe. I don't think I'll be making... I don't think I need... What can I make with stealing it? Because I can make this with 60. We'll have effectively 270 at the ready. With steel pipe with 30 per, I can make... You know what? No. Well, just stick with this. I want to move on to phase 3 already. Let's put this right there. This there. That to that. this with this. This needs power. This is even set up to make cable. That. This can also power these two. Which I'll then move on to base container, because we don't need that much to begin with. Okay, our stairs are being made. Everything should be going golden. Where's our merger? Right here. I just realized I messed up on placing. Oh well. That's on me. At least now, just do this. Do that. There we go. Now we're making our automated wire. It got a bit messy at the end, but this is a bit more organized than before. I'll have to see what we need for the next few tiers, but I will be using this space for something a little more organized. I'm hoping that we can get Mark III builds. No, Mark IV builds. I'm hoping we can get Mark IV builds, Mark III miners. And maybe see about making a motor factory with this area. Yeah, I'll use use one floor to make the stators, and then another floor to make the rotors. One to make rotors, one to make rotors, one to make stators, and then we'll combine them all on another floor. We'll have to see. You'll just have to wait and see. Because for one, we don't even have our automated wiring yet to send up the space elevator. Can I get on the freighter, please? I'd like to get on the freighter, if you don't mind. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. Because all this, I might just build up one more foundation and see about making it a perfect rectangle. I might even move the warehouse section and do something else with that. That pylon might get moved, but it is going to be in this general area. But I will be reorganizing stuff. That much is a absolute certain. This is how much here. How much have we made so far? 16! Okay, okay. 17 even. Yeah. We're making 5 per minute, essentially. We got 2 of these, which is making 2.5 per minute. Which equals 5 per minute, yeah. This got a little bit messy at the end, but that's because I wasn't paying attention to what direction the merger was facing, but I'm too lazy to do anything with it now. So I'm going to use the bathroom, and I'll let this run for a bit. And we'll see where things are when I get back. Just going to grab my phone. Okay. We're at 30 right now. We need 70 more. So, why don't we just go on a little mini adventure with our Xenobasher and go see if we can start some trouble. Maybe in this direction? Because I see a power slug over there that I never bothered to grab. That's probably the reason why. Because I knew that there would be something over here guarding it. But again, hatches aren't that bad, right? And I missed. Overshot my jump. Let's crouch, though. Because if we crouch... we just sneak right up to it. Okay, something I'm curious about is there a way to get up this way? I see you get something right here. And this might be the way up. And it looks like it is. At the very least, I might have the right idea. Maybe? I think I might be mistaken, because I would like to get up there and grab that purple slug someday. But I would need to find the right way up. But when I do find it, I'll come back with Nobilis. Oh. Hang on, I think I might have found... maybe I just found it? I think I might have just found it. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Don't jump that way. Go this way. Yeah! Because here's that path now. I mean, it's guarded by a spitter, but I can definitely do that while our automated wiring gets made. Uh-oh. Ouch. Jump over these dunes. Let's actually grab some more. Let's actually grab our rebar too. Just so we can deal with the spitters. That. I grab our explosives from here. At least a few of them. Because I need all of them at the moment. Although at one point I would like to make a factory that makes them. I have an idea. Right, so up. Time to go back up. Back up the way we came. So we go this way. Up here. I would not be able to do this if I didn't have my blade runners. Ah, I gotta love the high ground. Let's deal with you first. Can I reach this? I should be able to. I just use ramps like this. Actually, no. Let's do... Let's back up. Then build out like... There we go. Yeah, let's do that. So... what else is there really to do up here? Because that over there looks like it's a hatcher. There might be a somber sloop up there, but I am feeling way too lazy to do that at the moment. I don't know, maybe when I get jetpacks unlocked. But not now. Not now. I will say I'm not a fan of the verticality of this area already. Oh boy. That sounds like one of those space giraffes. Okay, so before we check on our automated wiring, let's turn these into power shards. Store them. And I'll jump this wall. Go in and check on them. Ah, there we go. We have 66. So we shouldn't have to wait too much longer. But once we have what we need, we'll shut this down, chuck it in the space elevator, then finally move on to phase 3. Speaking of, let's go check on our doggo. The piers have gotten out again. Do we lose Butter? Where'd Butter go? Well, rip Butter. Goodbye, Butter. Maybe it'll turn up again in the future. That or it's just another bug that Coffee Stain has yet to fix. Oh well. It is unfortunate that he's no longer in here. Wait, is that him? Butter, how'd you get out here? You goofy dog. Are you stuck? I think he's stuck. Oh well. Thanks to the circuit board, Butter. You know, in hindsight, I could have used our excess of everything to speed up this process, but we're nearly done. We are nearly friggin' done. Maybe in the near future I'll make an automated wire factory that is more efficient than this, but not today. We could have done this 4 more times. Which would have fed at least a few more of these. One would have fed 2. But then we got our wire to consider. I mean, sure, we have another copper node that we could be making more wire. Then we got these two, which could also have been being 2 more. Then we could have gotten at least 10 per minute. Which would have sped things up even more, but... like I said, it is what it is. I'm probably going to be waiting until I can get Mark IV conveyor belts for stuff like that anyway. But then again, for Mark IV, we're going to need aluminum, which we need bauxite for. And I know there's some bauxite somewhere nearby. I think it's like up there somewhere. But then we need drones and ugh. I don't think we get drones in Phase 3. I know we get trucks. I'm going to be using trucks a lot. Just like I'm going to be using oil. To get fuel. Is that a power slug up there? Or are my eyes just playing tricks on me? No, that's definitely a power slug. I don't have my explosives on me anymore, so... Another day. Another day. Okay, we got 78 now. Much better. Much better. So what's likely going to end up happening in the future is I'll be building factories facing this way. I might build up 1 or 2 foundations higher. Build out a few more. And accommodate for that. butter, see if he's still stuck. He is. The hell? Cooling system? Butter, you're weird. And it's unfortunate that you're stuck on that rock, but I don't think I can really do to move you, is there? Well, and I'll think that wouldn't get you hurt. So. Like I said, they need... Coffee Stain needs to work on interactions with the Lizard Doggo. Okay, almost there. I just need 2 more. There's one. This one's making the other one. And there. There is our 2. Turn these off. Grab our 100 automated wire. Send them right up the space elevator. Along with all the other parts that we got. That's another thing. I might do something with the space elevator. Once I build everything up more. Right, so we'll throw these on there. Seal it.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
Right, and for that we're going to need even more of those modular frames and other stuff. There we go. Up it goes.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fixit.
There we go. Alright, Phase 3 is where things get Oh, so messy. Because now we need 2,500 of those versatile frames, on top of more advanced engines and some other parts. Thankfully, I don't need as much of the other two as those versatile frames, but it's still going to be obnoxious to make. In fact, for the other two things, I think we need manufacturers. Because if we access this hub here, this hub terminal, we can get... We have all these now. Why is tier 4 like this? We completed tier 4. Right? Doesn't matter. Alright, so for this, the jetpack, we'll need engines, cable, and iron plate. We have plenty of those already. It's just going to be the engines that's going to be something we need to make. And then for oil processing, we still need engine, but everything else we got because of my insight. But it'll unlock so much for us, including getting fuel, which we can then use for petroleum power. And then here we go, Logistics Mark IV. Which will give us the Mark IV conveyor belt, the conveyor lift, and the truck. It's 48 inventory slots. Yeah, that's going to be fun to make. Then we got fluid packaging, which gives us a packager. That's going to be fun, because I'm going to need I'm going to need to make package fuel for something else anyway. And then for petroleum power... Huh? Scandal, but we already got... another oversight from... Yet another oversight from... Coffee Stain. Because we can already scan Caterium ore. Right? Yeah, I can already scan it. Yeah, unsurprisingly, what's nearby is something we already got. So yeah, another little oversight. But hey, getting a fuel generator would be great. This thing generates a lot of power. I think it like 4 times that of our coal power generators, which is amazing. Then in tier 6, we get industrial manufacturing, which will allow us to make the the modular engine and the adaptive control unit, which are both space elevator parts. But does, however, give us... Tier 6 will give us the monorail train, which is something I need to actually dabble with. As well as railway signaling, piping. I really need to get this if we're going to be messing with fuel. Fix It Blueprints Mark II. I mean, we'll grab it, but I don't plan on using it. So yeah, all things for next time. Probably going to be starting with the jetpack, honestly. Then we'll move on to oil processing. And then we'll do Logistics Mark IV. Followed by Fluid Packaging. And Petroleum Power. In fact, I'm probably going to get Petroleum Power and Oil Processing first. And then get the rest of Tier 5. Then I'll get Tier 6. Made and done. And then we'll build our Mega Factory for some more exploration stuff before we do Phase 3. Anyway, that is gonna be doing it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all that lovely, lovely internet stuff that you've come to know and love if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're watching this on Twitch, then be sure to follow me there. It really all helps me out. It really, really does. So please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And I will see you next time. Catch you later.